That just before we go on to that one, right?
Yeah.
Just very quickly, turn our attentions not to who's going to win with Joshua and Ruiz. We can discuss that, but I am really well. I suppose it's money, isn't it? But something inside of me says to me that what is that fight doing in Saudi Arabia? I mean, that fight that I had with Groves and Callum Smith, that was dreadful.
No one ain't going to go over there because obviously, we British people, we love to have a drink and all that stuff and get a bit rowdy. Over there, you can't do nothing.
The thing is, well, it's
not
about
even
being
half
a little
of it.
bit.
Atmosphere. I mean, if you've seen the fights in Saudi, the atmosphere is awful. It's like
there was nobody
dead.
there.
It's not there. It's awful.
Nobody there.
It's awful. I mean, they can't fight. The atmosphere is so dead. But it's awful because there's no vibes in there.
Groves against Smith, right, was a decent fight on paper, but it was the worst atmosphere you could ever see.
Well, you've got to be a little bit loyal to your fans, aren't you? Surely they come out. Of course. I mean, I've seen Joshua fight Cardiff. 70,000 people there.
No, you're to the right, but listen,
money talk, innit?
That's right. Money talk. Number one, you're right, money talk. Number two, there's a lot of people willing over there anyway will support the fight.
Of course, yeah.
Yes, I mean, and there's a difference. You're not over here where we have to build up that fight. That's right. It's not too often these guys are the big fight over there. It's like rumbling the jungle. I mean, that fight. That fight was an accident. That's right. So this fight will be sold off anyway. There won't be an empty seat inside the house. Because it's something they're doing first time. World title fight. 4 belts on the line.
82 million they're putting up for that.
Well, that's just what you hear, but I think it'll be more than that. Everybody, get their money.
And it's Saudi's got the money to support that fight.
I just want $1 million to refurbish Pedro.
You get that donated.
I think with Joshua in Saudi, I just think that it's a bad choice for fans. Remember, you just got loads of supporters. It's a bad choice for fans, and people ain't really going to go to Saudi to watch that fight. I don't know how much it's going to be to get in. It might be £40, it might be £50. Who knows? You know what I mean? But obviously, all the television stations around Oman and Saudi Arabia and all them countries, they're going to pump in so much money for people to be watching that fight.
So once again, as you mentioned, we've got to look at the experience. Ruiz, this ain't no problem to Ruiz. He's be like home.
Yeah,
I mean, to Joshua now, again, it's a different scenario. This is a foreign land. It's not Ireland. It's not Wales. It's not London. This is somewhere completely different. People he don't know. People he's not used to. You understand me? He's gonna be up against it. He's gonna be up against it.
So you say it's gonna fancy Ruiz. It's going to fancy Ruiz more being over there. He's well travelled.
Yeah, of course, exactly, and that's it for it. So really and truly, we all know. I think Joshua got to get rid of this man in between 1 and 4. If he don't, there's going to be
the problem that I see. I'm not a technical ex-fighter like all you guys, right? Let's get that clear. But for me,
John,
I'm a promoter.
Take all the money, John.
I've been accused of that. But for me, Joshua showed tremendous defensive deficiencies. I mean, there is no defence. For me, he's got a half decent jab, a good left hook. That's about it. But if you notice, with his right hand, I've said this long time. You can ask Gary Innes or Lester Jacobs, any of them people. Yeah, they know I said that. When he throws that right hand, he pushes it. It's a push. It's not a proper right hand. So I saw him go back in the gym, like we saw back in the gym in wherever in Finchley. This was about a month after the Ruiz fight, and he was doing the same thing. To me, I think Ruiz is going to muller him because I don't think training technically Joshua is going to do anything different than what he has done up till now, which was not good enough against Ruiz.
I mean, what Joshua done, which is completely ridiculous, and I don't get it, is that he's trying to fight a fighter who's got shorter arms than him, close up. Who does that? He's got long arms. He's taller. I mean, just fight him at range and 1-2 and look him out. But Riaz's plan was actually to close him down. But every time Riaz went forward, Joshua went backwards to the ropes. Not really. And Joshua ain't really got head movement. So. It's
reality, as what John said, we all know it. As a fighter, if you ain't confident enough to stand up in front of a person to slip, catch or whatever, it's not going to work. You come on, we're all fighters, we know that. If you're not confident enough to get in front of a person and try and catch a punch or catch a block or something, It's not gonna work. You're gonna get so nervous by trying to push this left and all the time. I try to hit him with a right or hit him with a nervous shot. If you're ever confident, this is why when we say we look at great fighters, we got great champion. We had to look at Tylee, Fraser, and all the other champion in Florida or whatever. Hagler. These guys, they're great champion because they're comfortable enough. Or even yourself, Sylvester, you're comfortable enough, and Dean, you're comfortable enough to say, you know what, I want to stop in front of you and I'm going to slip this, I'm going to catch it. And you don't believe it, yes or not, is Joshua comfortable enough to stand up in front of Ruiz to say, you know what, I could slip this, I could take this, and I'm going to deliver one back with purposely. I just feel nervousness.
But having said that, on the day, that did not seem Anthony Joshua at his best.
No.
He did not look like psychologically, and he was in a daze.
No, you're totally right, and this is what I'm saying.
So I would dismiss that.
This is what
it's the Mexican demons, man.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If you're not comfortable enough, this is what I'm saying. When you're fighting abroad and you're going abroad and you don't do
the
your
build up and everything.
That's right. 2 weeks before this, if you don't get it correct, everything is against you. You understand me? You've got to get. I need to go over there 6 weeks. I need to get used to the time. I need to get different days this week. If you don't, that's right. If you don't time it correct, you're gonna have problems.
I think as well. Obviously, the McCracken, the trainer, told him to keep him at range. Ruiz's trainer said that he needed to slip inside roll in with the left hook. So as he was coming, it's exactly what he done. And I think, I'm not saying he underestimated him. I just think
no, he did.
I just think Joshua didn't get his game plan off, but Ruiz had it perfect. He just rolled it, caught him with the left hook, then he caught him again high on top of the head. That's what disorientated him.
Top of the head,
I mean,
I think he was a little bit
just a little
concussed.
things like just a little things like before I forget, little things like giving Ruiz his belt to hold.
I've never seen that.
You're right.
That's right.
Before he even fight. So now Ruiz think.
That's mine.
That's right.
He's giving it to me.
He giving the belt to hold, and Ruiz is saying to him, "Listen, mate, this is mine. I feel it. It feel good." No, I've never seen it in my life.
Guys,
I've never seen it.
Listen,
have you seen that?
To be honest,
I remember when Chris
crazy,
when we was fighting. I spoke to my opponent once. Don't speak to him. You're fighting him. He'll have that one up on you. That mentality. And he's right.
That's right. No, you're totally right. You remember, right? We all fighters here. We all got different temperament. John is a promoter, right? You're right. You would not give your guys your belt to hold. You wouldn't, because you guys is like that. I would, because I know I'm gonna win. But and that's a problem. That's a problem. You guys, everybody, everybody.
James, you boxed Errol Christie, didn't you?
Of course I would. No,
don't tell me you didn't play the psychological games, Errol Christie.
Of course. That's what I'm saying.
Harry Holland told me that.
That's what I'm saying. Unless you know what something happening. I mean, you don't
give no one your belt.
No, of course not. That's what
The
I'm
only
saying.
belt they give him is the belt with the right hand.
Your team around you is supposed to make sure you stay hungry, stay focused. You look at this man, you want my belt. The only belt you're going to hold is the one around your waist. You get this on the night. If you think, you understand me? You can't, but Joshua is this nice guy all the way through, and this is why people love him. So you can't.
Bruno was a nice guy. Bruno never did that yet.
Yeah, but no, he did, man. He did.
Never. Give who he did.
Listen,
you gave, but
there's a difference. There's a difference.
Bruno's nicer than Joshua. Nicer than Joshua.
No.
Nicer.
He wasn't even the nicety. He looked tired. He did not look like he was up for it.
This is what we said about timing. How long you've gone over there, how long you've gone to the place, how long you've been over there. We're not talking about. That's right. We're not talking about Europe where you go over there 2 hours and you could chill out. We're talking about. That's right. I mean,
I watched the fight a couple of times, and I can remember when I fought with Curtin Lang, and one of the rounds he clipped me. And I was concussed throughout the whole fight. And I didn't even know. But after the fight, I said, "Oh, did I get stopped? I get knocked out." I was concussed. I didn't even know. And then I said, "Oh, you're sit down. We're in a bad way." But I didn't know what happened. But I still carried on and fought the fight. And it was a little bit. It reminded me a little bit of Joshua when he got clipped. He could come out to the corner. So I thought he maybe a little bit concussed.
Yeah, but Dean.
He asked the corner, "What should I do next?"
What should I do next?
But Dean,
you're Olympic champion.
There's one difference. When you boxed Curtin Lang, how much notice did you have for that fight?
Well, I had about 2 weeks. I had a week's notice for that one. But I had a day's notice for McCracken. I had a day's notice for McCracken.
Exactly. So you had a week's notice for Curtin and Lang, correct me if I'm wrong, and no disrespect to anyone sitting here, I would say he's probably the most talented fighter that ever came out of this country.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Let's get that clear.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
So you boxed him at a week's notice, right? And you weren't the best liver either, right?
I was his drinking partner.
So to put it in perspective, you know, Joshua, you know, Ruiz may have been a late substitute, right? But Joshua prepared for a contest on that day. So for me, I understand what you're saying about getting clipped by Kirk, but you know, but as I said, you cannot have had the best preparation for that fight. You know, let's be clear about it.
The point I was getting at was because when Josh come back to the corner, what do I do next? He didn't know where he was, and to me, he just seemed like a bit concussed. It was a little bit like when I, after the fight, I said to Chris, "What's happened? Why have I done this? I get beat. I didn't know really what happened, but I thought."
No, you understand what I said to you about the time different and different place and fighting different time and different place. Everything's become, if you're not used to it and adjust to it, everything, when you get clipped now, everything now becomes different to you now because you're in a different place, you're in a different time zone. You won't know what's happening.
Yeah, but another thing when Jason talked about hitting on top of the head, I hit a couple of opponents on top of the head, and when you get hit on top of the head there, there's a little bit of fluid which that gets a little bit wobbly, and that helps your balancing system. And while that is wobbly, absolutely, you're not hurt, but your legs become a little bit till it eaves off. Yeah, so getting hit on top of the head.
These guys is heavyweight as well, you know. So
you've got to remember, world class heavyweight. You're gonna of course. You know, I mean, look at the great Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, of course.
For me, the greatest heavyweight of all. He was on the floor a couple of times, come back one. So
it was a good punch, though.
It was a great fight. For me, he was the best heavyweight of all time. Yeah, without a doubt.
But I looked at Tyson versus Holyfield 1. You know, I'd seen it a million times, but I looked at it the other day, first time for many years actually. I'm not being funny. The standard, I made Tyson was maybe off his peak at that point.
Of course he was off his peak.
But nonetheless, I've got to say, and I'm not being nostalgic, I just think those two would have knocked out any of today's heavyweights. I'm sorry.
Oh God!
Destroyed them within a very short period of time.
My favourite heavyweight, forget Muhammad Ali, my favourite heavyweight of all time.
You can't forget Muhammad Ali.
He's someone else. You didn't pedestal. My best actually heavyweight of all time actually is Ivan Holyfield. From light heavyweight, undisputed, from cruiserweight undisputed, and heavyweight champion, no one's done it. The only person to get close to that is Roy Jones. Yeah, no one's never done it.
I mean, you think
4 world titles as well.
The top 3 heavyweights: Joshua, Wilder, Fury. Obviously, Ruiz now. So there's 4. Forget like the 60s when frozen out. About the 90s, you had Tommy Morrison.
Loads.
Holyfield, Tyson, Lennox Lewis.
Keep going.
Tony Tucker. There must be 10. I don't think any of them would beat them 10.
They would not.
I don't think so.
Different
level.
Riddick Bowe. You think Riddick Bowe?
Riddick Bowe.
Amazing.
Big Daddy.
Big man.
Herbie, I seen him fight Herbie. I was in Vegas when he fought Herbie.
Yeah.
Riddick Bowe was Eddie Futch's biggest disappointment. Eddie Futch.
He didn't want to fight Lennox, did he?
No.
He didn't want to fight.
Whatever reason.
He couldn't beat him.
He did a few weeks ago, mind. They were apparently.
I've seen it.
You see that?
Yeah.
But I think personally, I think that. But yeah, I think Riddick Bowe really. What a great fighter he was. I mean, but like I said, he disappointed because Eddie Futch believed he could have gone on to a million better things than what he did.
But did not Lennox beat him in the amateurs? That's what the fight was over.
Olympics, isn't it? Olympics. Canada. He beat him in the Olympics.
Talking of heavyweights, obviously Warren's been talking up his young heavyweight Daniel Dubois is obviously looking good. Today in the press, he's saying today that Dubois is shooting right to the top.
He's a promoter, George. You know, come on. What's going to be said?
Well, look, let me tell you in this scenario, the very best promoter of Daniel Dubois is his dad. His dad's the greatest. David Dubois is the greatest promoter I've ever met. Right? Trust me, he's brilliant. I mean, he really is. He talks up Daniel, and he got Daniel a fantastic deal to sign with Warren. He got paid a ridiculous amount of money on a signing, unheard of money. I know, right? Anyway, so the matchmaking's been done very well. Everything's going in the right direction with that fighter. Question is, they said he was going to get tested against against Nathan Gorman. It was no kind of a test because he was levels above. How far is he going, Dean?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, it's like the yard. You can only beat what's in front of you, and you have to build the opponent up. Yeah. You know, it's no good.
Yeah.
You know, putting him in or fight straight away. He's not going to. So you have to build him up, and they built yard up. Now they've got to let yard go. Yeah. Just like the boy, they'll build him up. I'm not saying they can say they'll beat people. It's a 60. When you're learning it, it's just like a 60-40 fight. It should be. You know what I mean? That's the opponent you get. Should beat him. Should take him. That's what the promoter is getting for 60-40 opponent. When you're the way fighter, it's 60-40 the other way. That's why it's always hard fight. If you're not with a big promoter, that's why it's always hard fights. Always hard fights. So, I mean, how far can he go? He will fight for world title. There's no doubt about it. He will get. I mean, but he's a long way off. Yeah.
A long way off.
And when he gets in there, you just let him go and we'll see how good he is. I don't think you'll know how good he is until he's actually gets it. He may get that test at European level, but again, who's there at European level? I'm not too sure.
I'm not certain about Danny Dubois. I just have to get back him. It's like Joe Joyce. Thank you. Joe Joyce and Danny Dubois fights. Yeah.
They fight. I heard they're fighting. Is that right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think about Danny Dubois and Joe Joyce. Now, Joe Joyce fights like he's in quicksand. He's got the slowest feet I've ever seen in my life, and he's square and he fights. But he's in front of you. He doesn't go nowhere. So when Danny Dubois looks like he's obviously really muscle bound. And when you see if he's gonna have a tear up for maybe 30 seconds, I think he's gonna be bloody knackered. I think he's gonna be knackered. Well, Joe Joyce, as much as he fights very unorthodox and fights very square, I think he'd be in front of you. You have to bust him up to get rid of him. You know, I don't think Danny Dubois isn't the full package yet. I think they need more work on him. Take the time, a bit more work on him. And instead of trying to throw him in quick, because Warren will do that. Warren would wait for opportunity for someone like, I don't know, say someone like...
I think with Joyce, they're rushing him a little bit because of his age. You know, he got a great amateur background. I mean...
He's doing well though, Joyce.
He's doing well. It's about styles. I mean, when I boxed, I was a boxer. It's about your style, isn't it? I mean, some, you fight somewhere, they just come forward, throwing punches. It's the style he got. He stands in front of you, stands to it, and he walks forward, he wears you down, and grinds you down.
And he does, but he didn't manage to do that in his last fight.
Against Jennings.
He can do it.
Jennings is clever.
But Jennings was tiny. I mean, Jennings looked like a middleweight.
He looked like a middleweight.
He looked like a middleweight. And what happened? Jennings could use his feet and move and jab and blah blah blah. But Jennings was never going to win the fight because Joe Joyce was always in front of him, pushing him back. But Joe Joyce needs to fight someone his own height, his own weight, and see where he comes from. Just like Danny Dubois as well. I mean, who's Danny Dubois for? His own height, his own weight. I'm going to tell you, I don't know.
Because at that level, you only start improving when you meet people at your level.
Of course. And they've been done a disservice. What happened? This is like the century of I said, in the last 10 years of the big fighters, where most of the heavyweights are big. They're not like 5'1" or 6'1" or 6'4". Them guys are 6'5" or 6'6", 6'7", 6'9". They're massive. You know, the only one was Ruiz. What was he? 6'1"?
About 6'2", something like that.
Ruiz is 6'2".
6'2". It's same height as Holyfield, basically. But this is the line. This is the time of the big heavyweights. So if you're not big heavyweight, you're not going to win. You're not going to win
unless you've got footwork. If you've got footwork like Tyson footwork, then you've got something.
He's a big heavyweight as well.
Tyson was special. Tyson was special. You're going to find a fight like that. Come on, and another.
It's funny, really. Just lastly, because we're going to have to wrap up in a minute. It's been a fantastic discussion, much better than than anyone could have hoped for. On that note, it seems to me that Wilder and Fury are both making excuses not to fight each other. I actually think that Fury doesn't want to fight Wilder because he'd get knockout, and I think that Wilder is scared of getting widely outpointed by Fury.
I think so.
I really think that.
I think so.
Seriously? I do. Because they're both of them are running away from it.
I heard from the horse's house that Fury's wife don't want him to fight again. Don't want him to fight Wilder.
Because don't want to fight Warren or Wilder?
No. Fury's wife and that side of the family doesn't want him to fight Wilder again because remember when you've been a warrior or your kids look up to you all your life and you see you get knocked the heck out like the way like it's not good. So I do think that they're not going to fight. It's not going to happen.
Is it in the contract? Is it done at 85 million?
No. It's in the contract for return, but you know,
that's not happening.
Who believe in contract these days? John knows. Yeah, come on, you know that contract now. You're in contract with Kevin Welker.
It says who your donkey whose contracts was 300 or 400 pages.
Exactly.
I mean, who's Wilder's fighting
Ortiz. It's a dangerous fight for him to take. Though.
Yeah, I think he'll knock him out in 5 rounds.
Right.
I think he fucking knock him out in 5 rounds. Yeah, then you got Fury's fighting some other guy from wherever he comes from.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's fighting these European fighters with padded records.
I've seen the guys.
They're small.
But I say again,
great opponent last time. Though that Tom Schwartz, perfect for Fury. Oh, he made Fury look $10 million.
I think about Fury. Whatever he's doing it bloody right because he's getting $10 million for a fight and fighting.
He sells himself. He sells himself.
I'm good for him.
Right. So to wrap up, Fury Wilder, is it Wilder 2 on or off?
I think he's on.
Jay off. James on. Sylvester.
I like it to be on.
Never mind if you like it to be on. We all like it to be on.
Financially, I think it's an honour.
It's an honour. So we got.
I think Fury wins as well.
No, I don't think he wins.
I think Fury wins. Fury showed great recuperative powers to recover.
Oh, he certainly did that.
So funny saying that. This is my prediction. If they do fight again, Fury will win.
Yeah.
But it's a 3-fight trilogy. Yeah. So the third one, Wilder wins.
It's a good prediction.
But I think the second one, the next one, I think Fury will win. The third one, I tell you why. Because America don't want that heavyweight title out of the country that long.
Well, we've had on and we had off.
But that's a debate in itself. With that
debate in itself.
As long as it wasn't a mass debate.
So, ladies and gentlemen, AlphaMale Television, I'm absolutely delighted. This has been an amazing broadcast, and thank you to Mohammed Bahsoon for filming everything. And obviously with Hope Ikpoku, the managing director of AlphaMale, this is going to be a regular show. So on behalf of you all and the guests, Dean Cooper, the Method Man Jason Matthews, James Cook, and of course Sylvester Mittee, thank you very much for your fantastic input into this broadcast today, and we look forward to the next broadcast, which will be on there, which will be at a time to be decided. Thank you very much, everybody.